Keep it weird, keep it loud, level up the crowd, trolling the low. From the shadows to the surface, we ain't backing down. Aliens, conspiracies, what's real, what's feared? Welcome to the show, keeping gaming weird. Joyce legends, late night sessions, minds in overdrive. From response to real talk, yeah, we keep it live. Mental health check, pause the game, breathe in. Community strong, yeah, we all gonna win. Who's got the flame? Our flames in the zone. Who's going nuts? Wild master on the throne. Pixel to reality, we blur the line. From UFO sightings to your favorite grind. Strange worlds, deep dive, late night theories. Ghosts in the code of just bad memory. Every voice matters, yeah, you're part of the stream. Not just a podcast, this is bigger than a dream. Keep it weird, keep it loud, level up the crowd, Joel under. From the shadows to the surface, we ain't backing down. Aliens, conspiracies, what's real, what's feared? You're tuned in now, keeping gaming weird. Every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. PMP. Don't just play the game, change it. Don't just play the game, change it. Don't just play the game, change it. Don't just play the game, change it.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Keeping Gaming Weird. Bars, and hearts, bars, and bars.
I don't know why I started laughing because it caught you off guard because it ends like abruptly. You were like, yeah, okay. How's it going, man?
Doing good, and you, brother?
Good, man, good. We didn't even get a chance to talk before. So did you go for a bike ride? You just get back from a bike ride again? You just get back up from a nap? And hi, Saxon says he's an alcoholic, and hi, Cat. You just got back?
Yeah.
Nice, man, nice. Oh,
I got back about like 7:40 my time, so.
Oh, so about an hour ago. You had time to be fresh, right? So fresh and so clean and all that kind of stuff, I guess, or whatever. Handlebars, don't just play the game, change it. Bars, yeah, that's a good one, right? I like that song. Yeah, I don't know, man. Well, about games, let's talk about games for a second. Like I was talking about, that's what I've been looking at this week. So, May the 4th, right? So yesterday was May the 4th. Whatchamacallit's making a comeback, dude. Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2.
Redoing it or what?
Yeah, dude. So there's like this big mod called let's see. I'll look at it for a second here. I just sent it to a bunch of people. I sent it to you yesterday. Kyber V2. So it's going to be like a whole different. It's already started and going. They have a patron going already and stuff. But then EA released a big update already for 2026 to it. So there's another one coming this month as well. And they're like, everybody's like, hold on. Well, when I played the game, and for some reason I started seeing the videos from May 4th, of course I ran across it, and I had to go down that rabbit hole.
Right.
So, and then Forza, dude, that's on the way, right? That's like fucking soon. Soon.
That's.
Yeah, Joe was messaging
today.
me this. Is it today? Nah, the early release might be today. I don't think it's today, dude.
Hold on.
Is it today? It can't be today. I can't have slept on it like that. And there ain't no way. I don't know why when I saw the handlebars and all, I saw. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, dude, not today. But Joe was like, "So we're gonna do car meets? You want to do some car meets and this and that?" So like Joe's message today was what it said. He was like, "You gonna do car meets and races and shit like that when Forza comes out?" I was like, "Yeah,
hell
probably."
yeah."
Yeah, so I was like, oh, "There's gonna be so many people playing that, dude. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man."
I may come out of retirement and stream that shit.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be fun. I want to do it on my, I'm not telling the account's name, but on my faceless TikTok account. And all I want to do is just play music and just drive.
Yeah.
Right? No game sound. Just fucking drive with the music on the full screen. I don't care if anybody gifts or not. Like do it at late night. Like when everybody's trying to go to sleep.
type stuff.
Yeah. Like ASMR, be like, "Welcome in, guys. We are now on turn 3. Turn 3.
You don't have your will anymore, do you?
No. I just sent it to Riley. It's gone. Dude, I don't think honestly I would still let's be honest about it, right? If I'm really honest about it, even if I still had it, dude, I don't like the time of setup. And I have the whole other computer thing, but it's, dude, it's still moving cameras, fucking all this other shit to set up to stream it. Just to play would be cool, but like, it's too much, man. That's too much, you know?
Yeah.
To me, it is.
But
But
no, it really is. It's just easier to grab the controller and chill out and vibe and all that stuff. But
yeah,
for the launch, I'll play it on it on the wheel.
Well, Joe's got a wheel too, so Joe will be on a wheel. I'll be playing with controller, which I don't care. You know, like I'm not in it for the sim part of it. The flight sim stuff, really is what gets me. You know what I mean? Because I can drive a car, right? You can go rent a fucking car. We can't drive the fast cars. I mean, you have to be able to do some of that shit. But what I can't go do is go fucking. Oh, I could, I guess, but I'd be in trouble. Is I can't just go fucking take hold of an airplane and fly it, right? But with the flight sticks, you can, and that's what makes to me, dude. I saw this dude on Star Citizen. Speaking of flight or simulations, he has it in that mixed VR shit, and so the panels, dude, in the middle, he has a tablet like right here. Okay. You can't see it, but I'm kind of doing this, right? So it's like, well, that's not right. Sorry. But he's got it. He's got it.
Fucking.
Yeah, I was trying to say he has it right here, and I was doing this the whole time. I'm like doing this. I'm like, wait. So it's right here, but a lot lower. Okay, but so when he sets down, you can see it. But the tablet is actually real, not in the augmented, the AR, right?
Yeah.
So when he does, he has game glass tied to it, and when he does it, he starts the ship up, and it fucking starts up like the ship does in the game.
Badass.
So, dude, this shit was sick, dude. I was watching it's just a video from him, and I watched it like 10 times, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. And he's doing it in VR. So he has the VR goggles, right? But when he looks left, bro, it looks like he's in the ship and has his hand up, dude. And all you see is the beautiful space. Because that's one thing about Star Citizen, man. It's got absolutely amazing,
it is
graphical to it. So that's another thing I've been thinking about doing is just flying Star Citizen.
Even on a low-end computer, it's still fucking good.
Yeah, I thought about doing some ASMR stuff with not me talking, but even on, just Star Citizen flights, just put on some lo-fi music and just go fly into space. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
But anyway, man, that's all I got for the games. I don't know much else that's been going on, dude. I've been playing Rocket League, but I haven't really been playing any new stuff. I know that, you have on Saturday, you have community night, right? On your, I don't know if it's in your Discord or whatever, but it's for
Among Us.
Fucking Among Us, yeah. Yep. Among Us, and if it's not modded, I'm pretty sure people can play for free anywhere or something like that. I think Among Us.
It's on your phone and all that stuff. You can,
yeah. So pretty much anybody could play there.
Yep.
And then
the Diablo expansion dropped.
I know you were playing that. Yeah. How is that?
Oh, fucking awesome. The Warlock is stupid fucking P.
Yeah.
And we got if you pre-order the expansion for the Crusader or no, it's a Crusader. You get the expansion included with it and all that stuff. And you got early access with the Crusader to play it on the season 10. So yeah, but oh my god, just the opening scene is it goes through the whole fucking history of Diablo 4. It actually goes through the whole history of Diablo, and it's really? I don't know, it's like a 10-minute cutscene to just fucking sit back and watch this little mini movie, and then it fucking cuts into the playing, and it's just oh my god, it's so fucking good. And the skill trees got way more involved and all that stuff. It's like a whole new fucking game now.
Huh. And so is it paid DLC like whatchamacallit was? Sorry, I'm trying to fix my window. Is it a paid DLC okay, just like the Necromancer? See, that's the only issue I really have, man, is fucking but it is what it is. I guess they got to make their money to keep going with it. I'm sure on Battlefront 2 they're going to come with some kind of paywall. You know what I mean? But
I'm a diehard. I've been playing Diablo since the very first one dropped, so I'm pretty diehard
Yeah.
Diablo fan, so.
Oh yeah.
Fucking what's that one? What you know Adam Savage, right?
Yeah.
What's his YouTube channel?
Fucking fine then.
You want to know in chat?
Oh.
I'm drawing a fucking blank.
I don't know. I don't know him like that. I mean, I've only been to dinner with him once or twice. Just shit, I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. But what are you trying to say? Fucking finish the statement.
So I was watching a video on it when I got home and took a shower, and he visited a studio that's working on the Mandalorian, and they were looking at the drones that they made, the drones that they made for him, the BBX little drones.
Yeah.
Bro, they're like straight out of the fucking movies. Like
That's cool.
Straight out of the fucking movies.
For the new Mandalorian movie that's coming, right? That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. I don't know if I'll go to the theaters and see it, but definitely check it out. I watched the trailer thing for it.
Yeah.
Looks good though. Looks real good.
Test it. There it is. Little preview of it. Yeah, they're fucking sick.
Spider-Man's coming soon too. Yeah, the new Spider-Man movie. Oh yeah.
I want one of these in my house.
I know some people. We'll make some calls. Their crowd, please.
I love how stable they are. You guys are gorgeous.
That's not CGI. That's not rendered in. Those are real life, touchable. You can pick them up, carry them to your fucking house if you wanted to. Robots.
It's awesome.
It's such a great time. Right? Like this is incredible that this is practical.
It is, but it's also consumer facing. Like you could have people. It could interact with people. It's not just for a film set. It's not just for a demo.
Right.
So the park is becoming more immersive through these innovations that Imagineering are doing. And if you think about what Walt did with Abe Lincoln, with
their antennas moving on, just like the movies, man. It's just like the fucking movies. It's fucking wild.
Electronics for the first time. All of that, and even stuff that he built for the World's Fair that he then brought in, like the dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's fucking so fucking cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So, hey, look, we're circles now. I think it's this one. There we go. Oh yeah, that's the background back there. If you guys don't know here, so that'll be a perfect lead into there. There you go. So this is a mental health episode, right? So there's that. Now we're back. But we wanted to talk about some other stuff first, you know. So one of the things that I
think NVIDIA did help make those.
Did they? Yeah, well, I saw that they were making robots before.
Yeah.
That they were doing that. So I saw that on the NVIDIA thing NVIDIA made an announcement before. Then I guess we'll move into that stuff. But NVIDIA made an announcement before that they were going to stop doing so much with video cards and try to move more into AI, right? And then one of the things that was on there was one of those robots.
Yeah.
And then they had one. I don't know if you remember, we looked at that clip in a while ago podcast too, but they had one that looked like that robot on the stage in NVIDIA. Yep. Way before that. Yep. Which was cool as hell, you know?
Oh, yeah. The from like watching it as a kid and be like, oh man, that'd be so cool to have that robot in real life, and then now seeing robots that are in movies are like, that's not a CGI robot in that movie anymore. Those are actual full-fledged, we built them robots now. That's like blows my fucking mind, but it's so fucking cool to actually like see the technology advancing that much. Be like, what the fuck? We can actually we can have robots now like that in the fucking movies that we dreamt of.
We had the robot dogs. Y'all remember those old fucking robots? Like the little crap, dude. They were so cool for back then, right? But they were so crappy.
You can tell it to sit and be like, meow, meow.
Yeah. What's? Oh my God! Pick a platform. Here I am. What do you mean pick a platform? We're only on. What are you talking about, Art? Okay. Anyway,
YouTube.
Yeah, this is only YouTube, buddy. Keeping Gaming Weird. It's always on. Welcome to the Keeping Gaming Weird podcast, Art. It's always been on YouTube for almost 2 years now. It's the only place it broadcasts. But anyway, but yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The things we had from the times, from toys to
now.
That. Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
And to be able to like make fucking like. I remember when I was a kid, it's like, man, I want to make something right here, right now, and all that stuff. And then we have 3D fucking printers, and like I can just bring in my 3D printer, fucking make something, and like, oh, I have that thing now. It's like,
yeah, that's why funny. I've been looking at for the flight sticks, because there's a guy making one that like goes under. Here I go again under the desk, right? But I got my hand under here. Don't worry about it, guys. Not doing anything crazy, but it pulls like this. And then it comes. So like, you know, your flight stick in the middle, you can pull it out from underneath, and it folds back in. And they're made for the gladiators. Like, you know, I got the gladiators.
Yeah.
They're made for those. Is what he's making. He has a set, so he's working on the 3D print for the exact set I have, and I can't wait till he gets it done. And you can put your keyboard on top of it, and it has a piece for a mouse right here. You just got to put the little pad on the side of it, like
all
yourself.
3D printed.
Yeah, all 3D printed.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Yeah. And the plastic, the screws inside of it to tighten it are plastic. Mm-hmm. And here's the crazy part, dude. He's making them to where you can tighten it with a pin. So like when your pin fits in, you don't have to have a screwdriver. Yeah, he's making it where you could just twist them in like that.
That's
like with
fucking dope.
The pin. You got to put the pin in and then you twist, right? And then sometimes you got to do that. I'm just kidding.
You just had to ruin the whole fucking thing.
Took it too far. Sorry, too far. But anyway, man. So about the mental health stuff, man. Let's dive into that. So I kind of wanted to set the foundation, and then we can just kind of open up about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of times when we talk about like mental health, right? Like we don't really get into it, right? It's not like just having a feeling, right? So it's not like I'm sad. Yeah. I'm happy, right? You know, it's emotions. There's more to it. It's social, emotions, psychological. It's how we think, how we feel, how we act, how we handle stress in relationships. There's so much more to
the
it.
Outside world.
Yeah, there's so much more to it, because somebody can say, just because you say like, oh, I'm sad, that doesn't mean you're really having a problem. We're talking true, like the things that really drive in here and getting down to the core, you know?
Yeah.
Like the CDC says, around 1 in 5 adults experience mental illness each year. Mental illness. Well, I can't even say it without a lisp. But mental illness each year. And just because you have a mental illness is not like, it's not like getting cancer, right? Yeah, no. You know what I mean? There's a stigma behind like, well, this person's always, no, you can, there's ways to work with things, you know? You know, everyone has mental health, you know, it's not just one person. It's not two, it's not three. And
every single person on this planet has mental health problems in some way.
Yeah, and to me, it starts the very, very start is being honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So before we even continue, I know there may or may not, I have up the viewers covered because I have notes up actually this time, because I do kind of want to, it can get emotional sometimes, and I wanted to stick to some of the key topics that I wanted to talk about. But you know, it's not what you tell me, and it's not saying in chat. It's not if you're watching a video clip. It's not what you do, right? You know what I mean? It's not what you say. It's all in here, because you can lie to everybody all the time, but the person you can never lie to yourself you can't lie to is yourself.
Yep.
And you got to be brutally honest with yourself sometimes. Sometimes if you're being a real D-bag, right, you got to tell yourself, I'm being a fucking D-bag.
Yep.
And just like if you're not wrong, and if you're not wrong in a situation, sometimes you have to go, you know what? I'm not wrong. And I'm not gonna feel this way. But until you're honest with yourself, there is no going any farther.
Yeah.
Right? Because then it becomes you're a temporary band-aid on everything, right? Mm-hmm. None of it's gonna sink in, none of it's gonna matter. So you might as well not even pay attention. Like I already expected, I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's why I made it the point to say it's a mental health episode, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think I drove that home so bad? I knew it would be short. I knew it was short on viewers, because nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Everybody says they want to. Everybody says they care. But they're not. Yeah. But it's not comfortable. And if it's not that comfortable pair of shoes, we're not going to fucking wear them. Yeah, it's yourself.
Yeah.
You know, 100%. You know,
I've
so
said it
I
1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more. It's literally the hardest fucking thing you'll ever do in your life.
you know,
Because
so
who scares you the most out of anyone in this planet? Yourself.
yeah. I mean, that's the, you know, you can have fear of, you know, a lot of things, man, but a lot of the times when you deal with it
But yeah, when you have
internally,
fear and other stuff,
it goes away.
That's putting your other shit off and not dealing with yours. You know,
You
let's
know,
have fear. Let's have fear in this and that and this. You know, let's make myself happy doing this, that, and helping other people and all that stuff. It's like, nah, you know, helping other people and all that stuff is good and everything, but you got to help yourself and get better with yourself.
right. You know, and I can see chat just if we want to see, but if you guys have any topics that you want to discuss, right, feel free to bring it up. Okay, I do have like a small list. This isn't a fuck. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a mental health professional. I am just a grown ass man that's 40s. Okay,
I've gone through
but
my
I'm
own
40.
shit.
Yeah, I'm 44 years old. I've fucked up plenty, and I just know what I don't want to do wrong anymore. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't know. I always don't know what to do right, but most of the time these days I know what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, and I know where I don't want to go down.
Yep.
So, you know, we could talk about anything from mental health and streaming, which I said I have some topics to touch on, but I mean, this is open to streaming, gaming, in your life, in relationships with other people, friends.
That's the reason we had the chat in the first place.
You know, anything like that. So if you guys have anything, just because it's not popping up on the screen and or anything else, you know, feel free to add in. But more importantly, you know, this was for the people that want to hear it. You know, other than that, like I said, I don't care if there's nobody in here and it's just me and you talking, and then we clip it, and if somebody can relate to it, and even if they don't want to talk out loud, that's the thing too. Sometimes, man, is sometimes silence is good, you know?
Yeah.
And if anything touches somebody and it can help one person, or shit, if it even helps me or you, it's worth my time, you know?
Or help someone, you know, 20 years down the road, you know, this will be on the internet forever, so no telling who can help out.
Yeah. The quicksand reference where the more you fight, the more you feel like you sink. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, and that's where it starts. You know, there's one of my biggest here. I'll start off with, you know, we'll just kind of springboard from there. But one of the biggest things, you know, that we experience, and we'll talk about gaming first, right? You know, because we'll start off there and then gaming, is when you play a game. Sometimes I need to check myself, and this is me talking to me here. And if it hits anybody else, feel free. Rocket League is my number one game that I play to shut my brain off, is not to think. And y'all hear me say this openly, and you know that is very toxic for myself, right? Yeah. That is not a good trait that I should have, is to sit there. And that's the thing, is do we do that to block out and to shut out? It's not that I'm escaping all the way, but when I want to shut my mind off and just play games instead of dealing with something, or if I'm going through something, I don't need that, because I can't hear myself think. That's an inadvertent way that I tried to say as a coping mechanism. Well, I'm just getting myself back grounded. No, the fuck I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not. Let's not lie here. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. What I'm doing is, I'm escaping the thoughts. I'm escaping what I need to deal with. And the easiest way is to play a game that I've played for years, that I don't have to think. I don't have to do anything. And then I turn on music and I sit here. And even if I'm in Discord, man, I don't fucking talk. I don't do a damn thing. How am I? I'm not healing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm shutting down.
Yeah, one thing I've learned in my life is, if, you know, some people say, oh, keep your mind busy, keep your mind off of stuff. But if you have something on your mind that's nagging you a bunch, and then it really doesn't get off your mind, then take care of it. Don't push it off. Go face that. Take care of whatever situation that is. Do whatever you need to do to get over it and all that stuff. And just don't, you know, sit there and let it fester, because it's only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Yeah. Whatever situation it is, you know, it can be dire or it could be minimal, you know, that's not really having an impact on your life. But if you're sitting there trying to, you know, take your mind off of it and doing things, and it's still festering in the back of your mind, you just go full bore into it. You know, whatever it is, just fucking be like, all right, I'm fucking take care of this right now. This shit needs to end.
Right. And I mean, and also a lot of people, man, you know, I say it. I know I do, and we're so used to feeling a certain way, right?
Oh,
We are so used to it, and even if we're used to wearing, the best way I can say, you're used to wearing fucking holes in your clothes, or whatever else, or you're used to doing these things. You're used to that feeling, right? It's comfortable to you. It's those old pajamas or that old blanket, like the lioness blanket, right?
Yeah.
Your security blanket. Even if it's a bad feeling, man, I've gotten so used to it. I've gotten so used to doubting myself. I've gotten so used to questioning other people's intent. You know what I mean? Like all those different feelings that you can get. I've gotten so used to them that when you ask me, hey man, or I just say, I'm good, I'm okay. Yeah, because I'm so used to fucking feeling that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that doesn't mean that I'm okay, but I'm just so used to not feeling okay that not okay is okay now.
Yep.
It has become okay. I've accepted the fact in my brain that I'm
yeah.
That's me. I have to deal with this. I have to keep reliving the shit that happened when I was a kid, or the shit that happened here, or the people I did wrong. And the number one thing, man, is
some people find comfort in that chaos.
Yeah. And that's not a good, and we say that, but it's not, man. Once you step out of that, you don't want to let that go. Yeah. Think about it, man. If you don't want to let it go because you're comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore you're used to feeling like that. And it's a comfortable pair of shoes to wear.
Yep.
So what are you going to go put on when you go buy a new pair of shoes and they hurt a little bit, right? What do? You go back to your old ones for the next day and then say, I'm going to wear those in the next time when I go for a good walk.
Those in.
Yeah.
And wear them again.
And so you go back to what's comfortable. And that's what we do with our emotions, man. We do that so many times that it becomes normal. We become so ingrained and so just encased inside of that. And if you step out of it, why can't you do it? Why can't you just say, you know what? I'm not going to, if it's that easy, you just say, I'm not going to do that today.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat myself up over small things today.
Right.
And that's you just get so used to it, man. And that's where the being honest with yourself, man. Because if you're not honest with yourself of your intentions and what you do in life and everything else, man, if you're sitting there trying to be somebody you're not, you're selling wolf tickets to the fucking world, you're never going to get any better, and it's hard to break down that wall, man. It is. And I tell you, it was an emotional experience for me the first time that wall started to come down. And it still is, man. It's hard, dude. It's hard when you really look at yourself and you get in touch with what's really going on,
Yep.
Because a lot of times we think, oh man, someone did me wrong and that pissed me off and now I'm upset about it. But if you pause, stop, and you think about yourself and you go, what can I do? Why am I feeling this way?
Yeah.
Is it because of jealousy, insecurity? I don't like myself, maybe. Maybe that's why I'm mad at somebody else,
What also comes with being self-aware of your actions and the way you feel and all that stuff.
Yeah. So, that's something that I say that we have to, first and foremost, before anything else matters, man. Because again, if you can't talk to yourself, if you can't be honest with yourself, if you can't do those things, nothing else matters. Yeah. You can have all the success in the world, man. And I don't want to get in, too deep into that because that gets, but you can look at people and you can think that money makes you successful. If you're a streamer, you can think that having all these viewers make you successful. You can think all of these things, they're going to make me feel better. You can't replace anything, man. You've got to work on your own heart first. You can't, nothing out here is going to make
being successful can just be getting out of bed on time, or just getting out of bed, period. It can be, I'm successful. I got out of bed today and all that stuff. I'm productive. I did some shit today. I helped some people out, helped myself out and all that stuff. I just I didn't lay around and be a fucking lazy ass bum in bed all day,
Yeah. Or, I mean, even for some people that have, I've been there before, man. We're brushing my teeth for the day.
Yeah.
It was a fucking feat, man. You've been so far down that, like, you don't even want to brush your fucking teeth, dude.
Yeah.
And you'll still ask me, you doing all right? Yeah, I'm good. Yep. I'm fine. Just going to go back to playing this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Go back to escaping absolutely everything, because there's a difference, man, in playing a video game and escaping the reality of being an adult and releasing, right?
Yeah.
And escaping everything and putting it out. You know, you still have to deal with life, man. Life is still there.
I think, like, especially our friends and all that stuff and families, you know, it's like, you know, if I go see my uncle, for instance, you know, it's like, how you been? His default reaction is probably going to be good, and that's where that conversation is going to end.
You're right.
I think that we should start. I'm good. I've done this, and this, but I also ran into this hiccup and all that stuff. It's like going a little bit in depth and all that stuff, you know, and you know, let your emotions come out, and you know, if anything's bothering you, let that come out. If there's something good that happened, then let that come out and all that stuff. Don't let this default mentality of, you know, society be like, oh, I'm good, or no, it's a bad day, but I don't want to talk about it. You know, it's just like, no, let's talk about this shit, you know, because that's the only way you're going to get out and only feel better, you know, whether it's good or bad. You know, if it's good, then it's going to make you feel even more better to getting out and expressing yourself, and because you're happy that you did that, or whatever it is, you know.
Right. You know, and that's, you know, there's so much to that, man. Like, that's, you know, there's so much that we can't, like, you know, what do they say in Alcoholics Anonymous, that fine stands, like, if you ask somebody that's in AA and they say, I'm doing fine, that means fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and I think it's emotional.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't say I'm fine. How you doing? I'm fine, because that's not really a true test to how you're doing, you know? Yeah. Like, it's not, man. I've said it plenty of times, dude. The big difference between, if you think about a bad day that you've had lately, right?
Yeah.
And then you weigh that next to a good day that you had, and you really think about, if I changed my mindset and I took a pause during that bad day, what's the real difference between the good day and the bad day? My mindset.
Yeah.
That's really
how you perceive
now
it.
Minus death and, you know, those things that come in, you know what I mean? Like a bad, like, thing like that. But I'm talking on a general day when you're like, man, I had a shit day. Yeah. Well, what happened? I got in my head, usually, or I let someone else get in my head, or something else. I thought that was a panther. That's a big ass cat, dude. But
that's bear dog. That's bear dog.
But yeah.
You say fuck you.
Nah, I'm good. But, you know, that's what I feel that so much, man, that when we just gonna say that, you know, we're just gonna do those things. And, you know, and then being involved, the more we get involved with this online life, you know, I'm not talking about just Discord, you know, with games, we can hide, right? Yeah. That's the difference, man, is when we're doing it because it's a constant dopamine rush for rewards or scores or whatever, you know, and then escapism turns into avoidance, man. You know, you go into escape and now you're avoiding life, you know.
But I believe there has to be a finite level of that shit, because playing video games all the time and constantly getting that dopamine hit, it's just like a drug. It wears eventually.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me and all that stuff. And that's the reason I don't game as much anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm usually outside more. I'm off my phone. I'm not on social media as much. And yeah, I think that you have to find that happy balance and all that stuff. It's just not necessarily getting out of the fucking house, just getting out of the, you know, get away from the screen for a little bit. Go draw, I don't know, fucking exercise in your room or something like that. Go jog around the house.
Yeah.
I don't know, go fucking roll in the grass.
Yeah. And what you were just saying there too brings up something else in my mind, man, is so many times we think, you know, Flames may have we've all dealt with shit in life, right? So, you know, Flames may have dealt with something, I may have dealt with it different, but we both made it through it, right?
Yeah.
And we both have learned our lessons. But so many times when you talk to people, especially in the streaming community, in the gaming community, they think their answer is the only way.
Yeah.
Right? They think they can tell you, everybody can tell you how to find happiness.
Yeah.
They think they can tell you how to find love. They think they could tell you how to find this. They think they could tell you how to get more viewers. They think everybody has the biggest fucking opinion, but the only way, the only person you can have help with it, but you're the only person who truly knows what's going on up here. And again, until you're honest with yourself, you go, hey, am I sitting inside all day because I don't want to fucking go outside? Or am I just here and nothing is going on? Because some days you could be doing the exact same thing. I've played video games for a long, you know what I mean? Like long spans of time, right? 12 hours, 13, 24 sometimes, right? Sometimes I get into that loop and I'm escaping I'm avoiding. I'm not escaping anymore. Now I'm just avoiding life. I don't want to go and stop playing because then I have to think about what's really happening, right? And sometimes I'm just playing the game. You know, sometimes there's just that game, like Winrose. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's just a game and your buddies are all playing it and y'all are shooting the shit and you're talking and there's a difference. But you do have to check yourself, you know? And to me, that's a big thing is a true inventory of what you have going on inside. And the only person that can do that is you know? And has to be stuff like one of the things that I do still, man, is they say, you know, like I don't burn them, you know, I don't get rid of thoughts, right? But put shit down on paper. I know people don't use pen and paper much anymore, but anytime you're having a thought, don't type it out. Do not type it out unless your hands have a problem. Then type it out, right?
There's something
write it and look at it. And
to the mental psyche.
Look what you wrote.
When you write something down, it's like a note inside your mind because you're physically writing it down, taking the time to write it down, and it literally does something to you mentally when you're like, you know, even whether it's about your day, you know, you have a little journal or it's a goal or, you know, what you did today and all that stuff, or hey, I woke up, you know, whatever it fucking is, a grocery list and all that stuff. I still have some grocery lists in my fucking head until today, like 10 years ago, that I fucking just because I wrote them down.
You know, and sorry, but those are a lot of things that help, man. And sometimes people say, like I've had having a conversation with somebody about this, but you know how I talk about this a lot, right?
Yeah.
About looking myself in the mirror and honestly looking myself in my eyes and going, I'm proud of you, you know? And some people, they want to take that as a fucking joke. It's because you're the joke inside, you know? You can't do it and you refuse to do it. So you laugh and you make a joke about it.
Well, a lot of people don't know that that's an option.
Yeah,
or you can give yourself positive reinforcement.
Yeah, or they think, well, that's dumb talking to myself. You know, like, no, get over yourself, dude. You got one life, one chance at this place.
If you think it's dumb, if you think it's dumb, then try it. You'll be like, oh shit, this actually works.
Yeah, honestly, try it. Honestly, try it. Don't go in the mirror and go, I'm proud of you. See, I did it. That's fucking goofy. That's a cop out. Yeah. That is a straight up mental midget. Yeah. Okay. Sorry if I start to go off. Like I said, this is important to me, man. Mental health is a very important thing, you know, and it's something that I don't sway on. I don't sway on.
I tell you, that's the reason I got fucking that thing, man.
That's something I don't sway on, man, because when you're fucking with somebody's mental health and you're doing a lot of damage, man. You're doing a lot of damage. And by you thinking you're a psychology major because you're 40, I'm 44 and I've made it through this stuff and I know what I'm talking about. I fucking don't, man. I'm still learning like everybody else, man.
I just know my shit.
Yeah. I know what I've been through. Like I said, I know more of what I don't want to do than what I want to do, you know? And so that's the thing, man. And a lot of people that's the thing. I think, you know, this is a tough thing to say, man, but I think I've gotten this way with streaming and the streaming community, a lot of people, man. And there's nobody in particular, and it's definitely not any of, I wouldn't say the people I'm close to, you know, but in general, there's a lot of that going around where it's fake help. Yeah. We only want to talk about what we want to talk about, but we can't accept other things. And one opinion matters. And if not, I'm going to do the total opposite. I'm going to, you know, let me give an example. Okay, because this part, you know, I'm like I said, I'm sorry if I get, you know, a little emotional, not even just talking loud, but there's a group of people out there that the person that runs it is a fucking piece of shit. Okay. Yeah. Now, these other people say, oh, I'm a good-hearted person and I care about all these things. And I've seen them fuck over people and I've seen them do these things and I've seen all this shit happen. But I'm your brother, you know, I'm your friend, I'm your streamer, I'm this, I'm that. But I know they've even fucked you over and I'm going to tell you to your face, I'm still going to be with that person, but yet we're friends. And there's no way that I could be with somebody that has stolen money from my friend.
Yeah.
That has fucked them over, that has done other things to them, and say, I'm okay with that. I need that. And that's what it comes down to when it's streaming. It's all for fucking clout. It's all for views. And if you're a streamer that is our age or in our age group, and you're saying, hey, I'm doing this because I do care about my community, actions speak louder than fucking words. Yep. There's going to be a time where it's like it's like your water, like holes will start to be exposed, and then the water starts to run, right? Yep. And it holds water no longer. And that's the part. And there's some really good people out there. And I don't want to point fingers either way. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not throwing anything out there. But then there's some really good people that want to just talk and do the community thing. So there's both sides of that.
But there's gonna be bad people and there's gonna be good people. You can't control that.
People
that you may think be good people turn out to be bad people.
Yeah, and don't run your campaign. This is my problem. Don't run your campaign that I'm community focused and you ain't fucking talked to nobody in the community in forever about nothing real besides what numbers they have on stream and how many views they fucking have.
Yeah.
That's not, stop it. Stop it now. Stop with the fake shit. And that's where I'm at with this, man. And I don't care if I was talking to somebody about this and I said, I don't care. I will delete all my fucking accounts. I was the same person before I started streaming. Before I started all this shit, I do this for the passion and the love of it, man. I don't have to have people. I don't have to do this. And that's where we get it. Are we doing it to fulfill ourselves and to fill a hole that we're popular, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a show off because really I have an empty hole.
Yeah.
Or am I really doing it? And this is what I want to do it for. And you see it all the time. And if you don't want to see it, stop going around people for a little while and see if the care that you truly have for people is reciprocated.
Yeah.
And see what happens. It's not a relationship if you're the only one seeking out the talks. You're the only one seeking out the communication. That's not that's not a friendship. That's not a friendship. That's not a relationship. That's not nothing. It's a two-way thing. And if it's only that's the thing, and it carries over. And we're not going to get into support for support. Like, this is not what this is about. We're talking about these people that label it that way, okay? Mm-hmm. That label these communities, and then they fucking suck the blood out of everybody. And then you have these people that are good. They seem to be good-hearted people that show another face back here.
Yeah.
And then they wonder, oh, well, why am I not feeling fulfilled with this? Why can't I do this? Because if you're chasing views, you're chasing clout, you're chasing all this shit, you've already fucking lost. Just quit. Give up. It's over. Okay? Look, that's it. I don't care. Get mad. Leave. Unfollow me. I don't give a fuck because I'm going to post this same clip. And if you don't like it, I don't care. I don't, man. I'm done with it, dude. And it's not everybody. Like I said, it's not a huge part of it, but that's the part that's pushed me away from streaming. And the sad part is, dude, I got more fulfillment, not because of doing kind things. Yes, I bought things. Dude, I've sent people gifts before. And that's because I do that out of my heart, man.
Yeah.
Because I know how it is. That's just me. I just want to give something to somebody. I don't do it so that you're my friend. I don't do it so that you send me something back. I do friends. I do it to for the kindness of me because I could send you, if I wanted to do something for you right now, I give it to you. You can never talk to me again. And I hope you do well with it. Yeah. But you see the people that do things for the community and they never will pay it forward. They don't. They'll never pay it forward. Communities will get all kinds of shit done for people and they say, well, me doing this with it is what's paying it forward. And they never go teach another person.
Yeah.
They never go help another person. They never will do the same thing or set up the same funding to go and do that for another person for the same that was for them. So for those reasons, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
I will take care of mine then, because sometimes that is not a bad thing. Sometimes you thinking of yourself first is not a toxic trait. That's called fucking caring for yourself and not putting others first because they're going to fuck you over sometimes. Sometimes people are real pieces of shit. And not everybody, but anyway, sorry. I got to get that out.
No, you're good. I wanted to touch on the subject too, especially how how big streaming is now, or just not even streaming, just content creation in general. That includes streaming too. Just how big it is now, and how massive the industry is. It seems like there's more negative and then there's good. I mean, there's still good in it and all that stuff, but I see a lot of negativity in that industry and all that stuff, whether it's just the pure people or the stupid content that people are making, and it's just, you know, through the cringe content and it gets views and all that stuff. It's just like, why can we shift this and make it into something that's positive? Because that's, you know, it's the big, literally one of the biggest entertainment industries in the world right now, besides gaming and all that. You know, that has a lot of impact on, especially the younger people. You know, a lot of people don't realize that or think about that in that light of, oh, it's just entertainment. It's like, no, it's not just entertainment. It's an impressionable entertainment, because it's showing, you know, oh, look at this person doing, I want to go do that too. And that's all. It's like, no, let's not go fucking prank people and fucking throw buckets on their head and fucking go up and fucking hit them and knock them out, and you think it's fucking funny and all that stuff. Or let's not just, you know, stream and, you know, oh, you know, money, gimme, and, you know, fuck your community, fuck my community, I'm only here for me and all that stuff. It's just like, you know, can we switch that, man? Can we have like a positive outlook on this, and, you know, make something, you know, positive in the world that, you know, pushes out, and like, you know, maybe someone watching this that's very impressionable of a younger age is like, oh, I want to do what they're doing, you know, spread positivity, talk about mental health, you know, really build a community and, you know, really do something good in this world and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, to throw some names out there. I don't know if anybody watches Roman Atwood. He does a lot of positive, you know, content and all that stuff, and I really fuck with him. And especially like Cletus McFarlane and all that stuff, Travis Strona, all these awesome people out there that are doing cool ass shit. They built themselves up and all that stuff where they could give it back, and that's all they're doing now. It's just they're just giving back, and they started all these communities, and they're just, you know, starting all these badass programs that are helping out all these different people around the world and all that stuff. Like, why can't we do more of that? Like, I think the content of the streaming world and people need to fucking change inside that industry.
Yeah. Well, you know, one of my favorite people is Theo Vaughn, you know,
and
I don't care what other people, but he is
podcast all the time.
But I love then that's the thing, man, is that real part of it. He says it all the time. Like when they ask, how are you so successful? I don't fucking know, dude. I'm just doing shit. I'm just doing shit, man. You know, and I love the part. That's the thing, man. We lose the realism of it.
Yeah. And he's the first one to tell you, like, I'm not feeling good today.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm fucked up right now.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man, is that, and you don't have to say that. And there's so many times though, and the things that got me, man, and that's the part. And like I said, I don't think, well, what Toxic was saying, because this will tie into that. I think that's Toxic. What it says, you know, it can be challenging for someone when they've reached out and they got shut down. And what I want to say is, I don't know who it's just a blank statement, but I would guarantee it's somebody that told you, I'm here for you. Reach out to me. Let's talk about these things. I got you. And then you reach out, but it's not convenient for them, or it's against what their ideal is, right? And then they shoot you down. I guarantee it's not somebody you just randomly choose from a queue of people, and they haven't already offered the help. You get what I'm saying? Or somebody that has made you believe that. And that's where we come at, man. And that's what happens in this in the streaming arena allows for it so much more, because so many people's, and they're, you know how hard it is to put yourself out there, right? Think about it, man. How hard it is to get on stream for people still to this day. And I've done it for a while, and I'm still doing this. And, you know, with my online business and everything else, you know, when I go live and before now, I still get butterflies. Yeah. Why do you think you've come in there and seen me, man? I've sat back and I'm doing this and vibing before I fucking start. Right. Because, dude, I still get nervous about talking about things and getting in front of camera. Yeah. Movies, you know, you hear it from people that have done it forever. Comic people, you know, you can think of the most famous ones. Go watch their stories, and they will tell you how they still get nervous and sick before they start a fucking show, you know? And so you take that aspect of it with all of that that internal stuff there, right? Because now I'm putting myself out there. My self-worth is on the line, because if I get shot down, that's when people get mad about viewers. Oh, I only had this many viewers in there. That means I'm only that good. You're judging yourself off. So what they do is, and they feed off of that, right? And now you're vulnerable, because they say, I'm here to help you. I'm here to guide you.
Yeah.
But that's not the fucking case. And you open up to that because you have yourself out there and you don't want to fail doing it. Mm-hmm. This is something new to you. And then you start thinking all of this shit is so personal.
Yeah.
You know, everything is personal. And I love the fact I love viewers. I love random people. I love all that stuff. And that's why I stream. But when the viewer tells you, oh man, I love this, I got your back. How many of those viewers outside of you viewing are really like that?
Yeah.
When you start to stream like that. So again, that's the part when we shut off that camera as streamers and we're starting to now feel like that. We're like, oh shit, okay, I only had this many people, and these people reached out to you and said, I got you, I love you, know what I mean? And they stream too. You're already fucking hooked, man.
Yep.
They got you hook, line, and fucking sinker. And now you're just in this emotional roller coaster, and it's always change your camera. You need a better camera. You need better audio. You need better this. It's never about the content of what's going on.
Yeah.
I never hear these people I hear them talking a lot about streaming setups, right? And I never hear them talk about the conversation and how you talk to chat. Not just, hey, talk to your chat more. No, explain that to people maybe. You know, those are the things. And I'm not talking about, again, if the shoe fits, wear it. Okay. That's all I can say about anything that I say, because it's not pointed to anybody and it's ran rampant. Go scroll on YouTube, go scroll on TikTok, go scroll anywhere and you see it run rampant through communities.
Yep.
Okay. It's not just one or two. It's not, and there are good ones on the other side. And to me, a community, I've said that forever. You don't have to have a name to have a community.
No.
Okay.
You don't.
The community is the people that that operate together, and you don't have to have the same name. Shit, you ain't ever got to stream together. You ain't got to do anything, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody like Joe. You know, we said this before, and Joe's going to get another touchy feel because of that. But you know, he's one of my best friends, man. You know, Joe has never ever spent $1 in my life, 1 penny.
Yeah.
That doesn't change our relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not like, man, send me a heart me or else.
Yeah.
I wish you'd join my team. Fuck, you're already on my team.
You're not my friend because you're not supporting me.
I know.
No, I mean, I'm here fucking watching you. I'm supporting you, bitch.
I know who's on my fucking team. I don't need a subscribe button on you to know that you're my friend. I don't need a fucking team member thing. And that's great for support, dude. But that's what we get it so twisted. And see, the line starts to get dissolved. Right. And pretty soon it's all together. Right. There is no, if you say you're doing streaming and then let's get the cop out the way. Oh, I do this for business. It's a money thing. Yeah. Well, then stop fucking saying you do it. Tell the truth. Then don't say I do it to care about community. Go, I do this to pay my fucking bills.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's the part where you have to be honest, man, and stop living on a fucking lie. And
with anything.
Yeah, with all of it, and it just ties in the game. You know, we got to the end, but
life in general.
Yeah, and that's the way it works, because if you lie to yourself, and you know, you could have the worst job in the world, man. I've seen some of the happiest people. Do I want to be a fucking trash man? No. Okay, yeah. They make decent money, actually. I don't know if you know that, but I've seen some of the happiest people doing some of the shittiest jobs. Then I've also seen some of the most miserable people sitting right next to them doing the same job. It has nothing to do with any of that. What's up, Megan? Yeah. But you know, it has nothing to do with those things, man. And that's where we have to. It's not situational, man. A situation's gonna get better for you all of a sudden.
No, well, you have to understand yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to be honest with yourself, and ultimately, you have to love yourself. Because if you have none of that, you're not gonna be able to, you know, keep friendships. You're not gonna be able to have a relationship. You're not gonna be able to, you know, be around your family and all that stuff. Because if you ain't taking care of yourself, and you know, especially, you know, your immediate family, or if you have brothers, sisters, or if you live at home and all that stuff, and they see you constantly just never evolving yourself and just always stuck in that same situation, is people are gonna get tired of your shit and be like, okay, you know, whatever. I'm done. I'm moving on. You know, you burnt your bridge with me. You're not doing anything. So why even waste my time on you?
Yeah. And you got to remind yourself, not everyone deserves access to you.
No.
You have to really remind yourself that not everyone does. It's not a guaranteed thing that people get access to you.
Yeah.
You know, that's the 100% that the truth, you know.
And you don't get to pick the people you want in your life either. When through the journey, I mean, you get to pick the people you don't want in your life. But with me, going through life and all that stuff, you know, I never been like, I want that guy as my friend, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like with you, you know, we just, you know,
Yeah.
ran into each other and boom, fucking here we are, fucking years later, still fucking friends and still going.
Yeah, and it's you don't get to choose. I mean, that's not. Well, they say you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. But you don't always get to pick your friends, man. Sometimes they come from nowhere, you know. Yep. And that's another thing, you know. Speaking on friendships, you can call it whatever you want, right? Like we were talking about, it's a two-sided thing. It takes work, you know. There, it has to be. There's growth there, right? So there's times that are built, and you have to work on things. If it's important to you, no matter how busy you are. Look, I don't have kids, but I can't speak for everybody. But if your kids are important to you, you fucking make time for them, right?
Yeah.
If a friendship is important to you, you make time for it.
Yep.
When your stream setup's important, you make fucking time for it, right? When a relationship is important to you, you make fucking time for it, right? You don't go and let's say there's
mental health, you make time for it.
If it's important to you, you have to fucking make time. If that person is important to you, if anything is important, you have, because if there's a sale going on down over here, you know, there's let's say there's a nice carnival coming in town, right? Yeah. And I'm like, man, I really want to go. I want to go. I don't go. And then I'm mad at everybody else that went because they actually went and invested the time and went and did the work to go and do it. Now I'm pissed at you because I didn't go and do those things. Right. You know, you have to put in the work. You can't get mad because you didn't ever build any true friendships and you never put work into it. Mm-hmm. You can't get mad that everybody takes advantage of you and you just keep letting them do it. You have to work on stopping it. You have to, because saying no, it doesn't make you fake.
No.
You know what I mean? It's not. It's a healthy thing sometimes. Oh, people know.
Speaking your mind ain't gonna fucking destroy you.
No, and if it does, then you weren't anybody anyway. Yeah. You know, like I said before. You know, if a friend thinks that my happiness is not that important, they were never my friend anyway. Yeah. If I don't care about, if I say, hey, I need some time to do this, and you're like, no, but I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. You don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah,
you don't. You can't tell me that you do. If you know I'm going through some shit and you know I need some time to talk to you, and I hate to, like, we had somebody, you know, Joe had to put his dog down, and I'm not, I hate to keep bringing, but this just recent, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I was tired as shit, but it's important to me, man, because I love the man and I don't even fucking know him like that. You know what I mean? Like, but I know he's going through some shit. And some people be like, well, it's just a dog. Well, fuck you. You ain't never had a fucking dog.
Yeah.
And to be there for your friends and even just to sit silently and listen to music.
Yeah.
I was tired. Sure, I had to work the next day. I had this to do. I had that to do. But it was fucking important to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to fucking do it. I'm not going to go, oh, and then in hindsight, go, oh, I should have been there for him.
Yeah,
no, you do what you need to fucking do.
Yeah, like you said,
nurture the relationship.
Just being there, you know, not even have to talk, just being present for someone is a big feat in themselves, and that means a lot to them. Just, you know, being next to them, you know, whether it's, you know, physically next to them or it's on Discord, you know, and all that stuff. But having those people in your corner, no matter what the fuck you're going through or what your situation is, and, you know, how big or how small it is, means so much to all of us, really. Every single one of us, you know. I mean, you've been there for me in my fucking very, very dark times, and vice versa, and all that stuff. And I know who's in my corner and who's gonna fucking stick around and who's gonna fucking, you know, go through the fucking trenches with me and all that stuff. And, you know, when I come out of the darkness, y'all are fucking right there, fucking reaching your hand out to pull me out of this shit. So you gotta have that stuff.
Yeah. Sorry to throw away a piece of trash.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, you know, and you know, talking about things that hit home for me, man. I hate to keep circling back to some of these same subjects,
I'm
but
itching my
again,
hand, guys.
what you guys?
I was like, I'm itching my hand.
Oh, you were down here. Now you're looking at me go like this. It's that hand, baby. It's that hand. But man, you know, so you know, helping people, which most of y'all know, that's a kick that I get out of a lot of things, you know. And for me personally, right? So this is something that I had to look at. And this is before y'all ever met me. So and nobody here can say, "Oh, I did." No, you didn't. Don't. That I was helping people before I started streaming. That's not a gimmick that I have for a fucking stream or to get numbers or to get people to like me. Okay. Am I doing it because internally I want to please people and I'm afraid of them not, you know, and I want not like so much as buying to them, but I feel like their self-worth, my self-worth is tied to the people that I can help. If I can just help more people, I'll feel better.
Right.
And the second I start doing that you cannot do that. I tell myself that. I'm talking to myself here. So again, if the shoe fits, wear it. I'm talking to me. I'm not talking. I am talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself here. You know, like if it's tied to that, you know, because it's usually, and then this is how it happens, right? You give, they take, right? You expect even not a friendship in return, but a thank you, a doing better, a pay it forward, right? And they don't do it.
Yeah.
And then what do? You keep giving anyways, right? You keep giving because your time is the same. Okay. So you keep giving time, you keep giving
like
whether we
talk nail over the head and it ain't going nowhere
or anything. And you're doing it and you're doing that because of the same people, because they don't want support. They want access to you.
Yeah.
I'll say that again because that's very important. Think about it. They don't want your support. They just want access to you and how you can do for them.
Yeah.
And that's not a two-way street. Whether it be time, like I said, the most valuable resource we have on earth is time.
Well, I've ran into this before, like, you know, people that, you know, I considered friends and all that stuff. And the only reason they hang around me because they thought I was cool and all that stuff. And there's really no connection in there. They just hung around me because, oh, he has this and he brings this to the table and, you know, he fucking can do this and all that stuff. And I mean, you also got to watch out for that too, you know, just because someone is there and all that stuff may not because, you know, they're not really there. They're just there because of you.
Yeah. Or inside of you, again, I'm human. So I'll say, you know, sometimes there's been times where I've clinged on to people for the fear of being alone. I don't want to do this alone, not even in a relationship. I'm not talking a female and me. I'm talking even friends.
Yeah.
I've given them more than what I ever got in return. And I kept doing it, not because I could see them starting to break through and do better, but because if I don't want to do this alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'll buy you a video game because I don't want to play alone.
Yeah.
Not because you don't have the money, not because it was a true gift, right? It's because I don't want to be alone. And usually people have the hardest time being alone because why? You're left with yourself and your own thoughts. And sometimes that's dangerous and sometimes you need to reach out, but sometimes you need to be alone.
Yeah. Sometimes
you need to process those things because you don't always need somebody to talk to about everything. You don't. And it's a great thing too, because I love, you know, I sit in Discord, dude. I don't sit in Discord because I'm always playing video games.
Yeah.
I'm not always there. I'm there because, dude, if somebody anywhere, I've had people in the community, not I say my community, I say in the community in general. Arc server, me and Joe started playing on. We played on her server till the last day, dude. She died of brain cancer, and we all were there for her till the very fucking end.
That's awesome.
You never know. We've had people that have committed suicide that have played games with us. I sat there because, man, you never know. Somebody may just need even to pop in and say hi.
Right.
And that's the thing, man. It's not because, oh, I live in there. Well, dude, if my computer's on and I'm in Discord and other people are talking, it's a thing called make channels. There's a just chilling. There's this, there's that. You want to be alone? Go down somewhere else. You want to talk to somebody alone? We can go down here. And that's the part I think that we get mixed up, and they go, oh, well, that's not, dude, the conversations are all we got, man. It doesn't matter. And the same thing goes with, I mean, friendships, relationships, anything. Yeah. Touching, feeling is only part of it. That's like 1/4, right?
Yeah, well,
the conversations, the heartfelt stuff, the sharing of the experiences, and all of those things.
Talk about it.
That's 75% of a relationship when it comes down to it.
Because this was years ago, but I was dating this girl, and you know, we split up because we had different shit going on, and she was busy and all that stuff. But and then years passed and all that stuff, and I found out that she committed suicide and all that stuff, and I didn't even know she had anything going on. You know, when we were together, she seemed fine and kosher and seemed like she was happy and all that stuff. But it just shows that you never know what someone really has going on until they really start opening up and talking and what they have behind the scenes and all that stuff. Because I mean, I don't know if it was going on or what was happening at the time that we were together, but I mean, she could have been dealing with some demons at the time. But you know, people put on fronts and people act like everything's okay.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing, man. You know, and you have, and I'm not saying it's for everybody, man, because not everybody can handle it, right? Yeah. I'm not, but if you're gonna say that that's what you want to do, you need to do that. You know, I mean. Like, it's the same thing like taking, man. I was having a conversation. It was, I want to say a private conversation, but it's in the Discord. It was more people there, but it's still a private conversation, right? It's something that we don't leave and mention names, right? But like about, you know, boundaries, man, you know, that's a big one, man, because a lot of times you give them that dopamine rush. You give them that good feeling by talking to you and getting to dump these feelings. And they only want to contact you when they're having a problem, you know? Mm-hmm. And then it starts going, you know, they keep doing that. It's for that quick fix.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to hear your true side. They don't, like if I say, hey, so what do you think about that? And then I close, because I could, I could sit here with my headphones on and you could talk. And my brain could be closed off to what you're talking about at any time, because I just don't agree with it, right? And so they can say, hey, so what about this? And you're like, well, man, you know, maybe you should look at the other side of this. Blah. And all they're hearing is like fucking Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. Then why are we talking? If you just wanted me to listen, I'll shut the fuck up and listen. But don't say, hey, so this is a conversation, and then not pay attention at all to what the other person's saying, so you can get that dopamine hit, that quick fix, that good feeling. And then just blow them off.
Yeah.
Because then you're done with them, right?
Yeah.
That's emotional abuse. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but that's emotional abuse to people. Whether it's
I've had that happen to me.
Between Flames and me, whether it be between a woman and a man, a woman and a woman, a man and a man, a cat and a cat, you know what I mean? Whatever the fuck people want to say
there's only for me personally, there's only so much I can deal with that, and I'm done. Like, You've expend all fucking energy and all time and all the chances you have with me, and then, you know, you're no longer in my life.
Yeah, and it starts, you know, you got to set, like I said, setting boundaries, man. It doesn't make you selfish. 100%. It doesn't make you rude. It doesn't make you toxic, right? But it's protecting yourself, protecting your energy. You have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. I will not put up with this. If anybody does, I don't care if it's the love of my life. If they treat me this way or they do this, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's, hey, we're just starting out, we're just becoming friends, and that's not okay to do to me. I cannot accept that. That is not being toxic. That is not being rude. That's not being selfish. That's called taking care of yourself. And
fuck being human.
You know, you have to do that. And it's hard to do. I still have a problem. All these things I'm talking about, don't think I work on them myself daily. Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about this like I'm some kind of pro trying to give you the answers to life. No, this is things that I've gone through and I still continuously work on.
Yeah.
And you have to set those fucking boundaries. You know, it doesn't put, the thing is, here's the reason that a lot of people say, well, I'm not going to, it'll push people away. If it pushes them away, they never respected you in the first place.
Yep.
Okay. If me caring about myself pushes somebody away, you never respected me.
Nope.
And you never were. So I still hate to lose that person sometimes?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Because it's still, you cared enough. If we cared enough to get to that point, right? You know what I mean? It still sucks. But when it comes to it, man, sometimes you got to rip the fucking Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I said, it's not, it's just, you have to set those boundaries. And that's where, like I said, and it starts with being honest with yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and stop thinking you can fix everybody, you know. And I don't have to explain to you. Flames, you ask me a question, and I say, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't have to then explain myself to you.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah. You know, you don't owe that to me. And I don't owe that to you. I don't owe that to Toxic. I don't owe that to Negley. I don't owe that to Cat. They don't owe that to me. They don't. That's what I'm saying. I just looked over at chat 1 second and started reading up. But nobody owes that to a single person. I don't owe you an explanation for what I'm doing with my life. And if I just say yes, no, and you want to go, well, why? Tell me why. I don't owe you that. If I give you that explanation, that's me opening up to you. But that's where you have that boundary. Does this person deserve that answer? Do they deserve this energy?
Yeah, you get to live your life on your terms and how you want to live it. No one besides you can change that.
Yeah, like that's where you have to decide. Does that person deserve my energy or deserve my, me, or do they not? Because it's not reciprocated. And hey, man, some people, like, again, Negley spoke up. So sorry, Negley, he put LOL, and Negley's one of those guys, like, I don't talk to Negley on the shit, dude. I don't think I've talked to him since the last podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. That's but we don't communicate in those, like we talk about the alien stuff here, and we talk about games, but it's also not, hey, he doesn't message me out of the blue, hey man, I need to talk to you about something because this is going on, and then I talk to him and then nothing else you get what I'm talking, or vice versa. I don't hit Negley up just being, exactly, like that's it's not you don't have to give, and it's not that he doesn't deserve it, because if anybody knows, I love Negley, Negley's awesome. I love the shit out of him. I love watching now. I sit on his Twitch sometimes to just watch him. I don't even talk. I don't even know if most of y'all know that, but if you stream on Twitch, because that's why I stopped watching on TikTok. I hate when everybody can see the list and it's like taking a fucking roll call. Oh, this person's still here. Oh, this person's still here. Yeah. I like the guesswork, man. You don't know who's watching you or not, You don't have to talk. You don't have to do all that stuff. Yeah, and maybe it is, Negley. Maybe it is.
I think it is.
But
I think about bald heads.
That's why I started growing my hair back. but that's the thing, man. It's not. But no one's seeking anything from anybody. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Yeah. That's where you find out who's real and who's not, man. In this world of streaming, man, it's not, and that's why it's so toxic. And I keep talking about that, but in gaming, and we can go all the way down to it in your real life. You can apply basically everything I just said to you into your normal work environment, because you see it every day. There's people out there, you go to dinner after work sometimes with somebody, or you talk to them on the phone after you befriend somebody at work only to be shit on because they were only using you for an advantage. I know it's happened to people. So we don't even have to go talking about streaming. Yeah. And you built a relationship thinking whether or not they let out information or they did this, they did that, but they weren't really ever in it for the same reasons.
And some of those people that use you are not even self-aware enough to know what their actions are doing. Yeah. They think it's okay. They think it's fine that I'm doing this and all that stuff. But in reality, they don't know what their actions are because they're not self-aware enough to actually, it maybe sound crazy, y'all, but some people in this world don't know what they're doing, they're just living life. It's like an animal instinct. They're just, I go to work this time, I go home, I do this, and they repeat and rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat and all that stuff. And then through their wake, they're fucking all these people, but they don't realize it and all that stuff. And the people that are self-aware and are, mentally mature and all that stuff, and they see those people and they're like, fuck them, Yeah.
I mean, and that's where the part comes in, I mean, well, shit, dude. Most of my life, I wasn't even self-aware. I was fucking people over, dude. I'll say it in the open, man. I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not here to hide and act like I'm somebody I'm not. Okay.
Yeah.
I've stolen money from my family members to buy video game shit when all I had to do was ask it from them.
Right.
From my grandmother, I went through other parts of life doing things and getting in trouble and doing, stupid shit because I did not honestly see what I was doing to other people. Everybody was, in my mind, was a pawn in my game.
Yeah.
And once you have that mentality, you can say, well, then you knew. No, because you still think it's your game that you're playing, not the world's game. You're playing your game and you're only playing your game. And you're trying to put in all the cheat codes to make sure that you win at your game every way you can. And then once I start, dude, I'm telling you, it was about 33, 34 years old, dude, it hit me. I'm telling you, I felt like I got fucking hit in the chest with a baseball bat when it dawned on me how I fucked up so many times with people and how I treated people. It was like taking the fucking whole breath out of me. And I mean, I'm talking true chest pain hurt, like I felt like I was having a heart attack. No, you just realize you fucking suck.
Yeah.
Like that's
it happened
the
to
truth.
me in high school because I was hanging out with some bad people and going around the wrong fucking path of drugs and getting in trouble and all that stuff. And I realized, I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I say I can totally relate to not knowing what you're doing and thinking everything is fine. What do you mean? I'm not doing you wrong. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
It's that, get over yourself, buddy. You should have thought 2 steps ahead. You know what I mean? Like, you're the weak one. That's when you hear, well, this is what's the fucking word I'm looking? It's survival of the fittest, buddy. You get ate up. No, man, dude, we all die sometime, man. Okay. Survival of the fittest is all of us are done. We're not all the fittest. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. Unless you figured out eternal life, it's just a rat race anyway, man. And not
well,
to
way
waste
I see it, if
shit.
you are one of those people that are fit and can't do all that stuff, well, help that fucking person beneath you.
Yeah.
Give them a fucking hand. Help build them up and all that stuff,
Yeah, and it's not money. It's not, like I said, we're talking about other things. It's not supporting someone is not always
fuck the money. The money is not in this situation.
That's so
it's your time and your attitude and your energy and all that stuff, and helping them seeing their faults and picking them up and all that stuff, and showing their strengths and everything, and giving them a path, and and showing that life is better and all that stuff this way and everything.
Yeah.
And you can become one of the strong people and then give it back to the next person, and that just keeps on rolling, and it's just a continuous a cycle.
Yeah, I was just reading what Cody was saying. That was meant for species, not individuals. And he was saying, the group of people, they're the strongest. And that's what it is, man. When we honestly are helping each other, we don't have to agree with each other all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to have the same view on A to B, right? But from A to B, man, we both can make our turns and meet back up at rest stops and see how it's going and make some changes and bounce ideas off of each other and then go back on our paths and then get back together. What you can't, that's the thing, it's not, it's just, those are things that, man, you just can't. You have to set boundaries for those.
Oh, yeah. And you hear and like it's throughout history, you hear all the bad things because that's what very bad things get recorded and all that stuff. But what you don't hear is all the good shit that's fucking happened. There's probably more good shit that happened in the fucking in history than there was fucking bad that we heard about.
Yeah.
That picking people up and helping all that stuff, and changing all these rules, and becoming fucking our independence and all that stuff, and dealing away with slavery and all that stuff, and all the stuff that we didn't fucking hear and all that stuff. It's like the Vikings and all that stuff. They did a lot of good too, but all you get to hear is the rape and pillaging because that's the bad shit. People want to hear the bad shit and the killing and all that stuff. But in realities, if you really dig into fucking Viking history, Vikings really did a lot of good shit too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's and like he was just saying, Cody was just saying in there, which I know most people on vertical, so I won't pull the chat up, but we're just living our lives and life gets in the way, man. Sometimes, like especially situations, we can blow a situation so far out of proportion, man.
Mm-hmm.
And when we make it through the situation, we feel like it's like when we're in it, we feel like it's the end of our life, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, if this is the worst thing ever. And then we make it out and we look back and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why was I even worried about that, dude? That's not that fucking big of a deal. But we allow ourselves to go so far down into those situations are so bad. Let's say you get fired, you don't have your job, you're down, you're like, fuck. Well, there was a time you didn't have that same job before. Go find a fucking job.
Yep. You know how to do it. Do it again.
You lived, let's say you're in a relationship with somebody and your girlfriend breaks up with you, right? Or your boyfriend breaks up with you, right? Well, you had a life before them.
Yep.
And yes, it may suck to go back, but just remember, you've done these things before by yourself.
Yeah.
Yourself is what you need. And until you have yourself grounded, stop relying on everything else. Everything else. If you're looking for the perfect fucking formula to be happy, it's never going to happen. It's never going to fucking happen. Just hang it up. Be like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm depressed. It's over, you know? But it's never going to happen, man. It's just never going to happen.
No, it won't.
But, you know, some questions I had some questions down that I wanted to ask people. And if you can't, tell yourself this is like a checklist. This is something I do, right? Well, I ask myself these questions, even if when I know the answers, you know? So like I always think, when's the last time I've actually been relaxed? Like truly relaxed. Ask yourself that. When is the last time? If it gets that long, you might need to work on some things.
Yeah.
You know, like I already said about playing the games, right? I already went over that one. You know, if you're playing games,
I want to touch on this. Yeah. Relax is not just your heart rate is slowed. You're relaxing. Like with me mountain biking out there, my heart's probably 150 fucking beating the fucking. But I'm relaxed. I'm at peace. I'm not thinking about nothing. My mind is calm. I'm calm. I'm in the moment, and I'm in nature. I'm relaxed. You know.
Yeah.
I'm in that flow state as we call it, and it can be more than just I'm laying down or you know I'm sitting by a fire and all that stuff. It can be anything you find that relaxed state, that flow state in yourself. So it's just not just the normal. Oh, I'm relaxing. You know, I'm watching TV and all that stuff. No, it's not just that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, and what another thing is too, I ask myself this a lot when I start, like, even if I'm not feeling too down or nothing's really wrong, right? I still ask myself almost on a daily basis. Some days I don't. But what's draining me the most right now? What's pulling all this out of me? What is it? What is it? Because once you can identify it, you can make the changes, right? So I ask myself that. What is pulling me down? What's draining my energy? If it's work, if it's a relationship with the person, if it's this, if it's that, and then I analyze what it is and see if it's important or not, right? And if it's not important, fucking throw that motherfucker away.
Yeah.
If it's important to you, figure out how you need to work on it, you know? But then that's where you have that check. So you're not wasting your time and spinning your wheels on what's really not the problem.
Yeah.
Because I could say, oh, this is the problem. Shit, let me give you an easy. You know, I'm thinking streaming again. I'm just trying to relate to what, you know, we're talking video games and all that shit. Or, you know, I'm just not getting the views that I got. No, is it the views? Or is it something else inside of you that is searching for somebody else's approval?
Yeah.
Or is it this? Is it that? Now, if it's just the views, well, then go fucking fix it. Right? Work on it, put more videos out, do whatever the fuck you need to do, you know? But most of the time when I look at stuff like that, or is it, there's not enough people commenting on my video. I didn't look at the views are down on my video. Did they not like that one? You know, all that shit, but that drains you because then what you do, if you don't think that, you'll end up sitting there and all you're doing is refreshing the fucking page and watching the views go up. And you're trying to see how many people are liking it now. How many people? That's not fucking healthy.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry. Even if you think it is, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're draining all of that other time you could be spending on making the next video.
Yep.
On doing the next thing. On shit, getting up and fucking getting something to eat, grabbing something to drink, Go outside, play fetch with your dog. Do this, do that. A million other things besides watching something you cannot fucking control. No matter if you put that phone down, close the motherfucker, and go outside and go play fetch with your dog, and then come back inside or take them out. Those same people, whatever the view number is going to be the same that it would have been if you fucking watched it or not.
Yep.
You know? And it drains you. And that's when you're honest about that shit. And you say, you know what? That's draining me. It is not benefiting me.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that dopamine hit to see that number to go up to justify myself to say, you know what? I am good.
Yeah.
I am.
Or like a job that's, it's just not going anywhere, and, you're not getting promotions, and you're working there for 10 years, and it's the same bullshit and all that stuff. It's just like, if it's draining you, then fucking let's move on. Let's, let's fix this, because
you got to get, and that's what I mean, man. And you can't do those things unless we've already done step 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Unless you've A or 1 or how the fuck pinky fingered it. Well, that didn't sound good. God dang it. Okay, so unless you've won, you're honest with yourself already, right? So that's number 1. If you're not doing that, forget everything else, right?
Yeah.
We've already discussed that. Now, number 2, now you've been honest with yourself enough. Now you're ready to set some honest boundaries for yourself, right? So unless you've done those 2, man, forget everything else.
Oh yeah, if you can't move on with that situation and get past that state and all that stuff, then you don't have the respect for yourself either.
Yeah, and I mean, and you can care about people without sacrificing yourself for it.
Yeah,
that's 100% a true statement. I'll never care about anybody. I can 100% care for somebody and not help them anymore. That doesn't mean I stop caring.
Yeah,
I can care about somebody, right? And like I said, and not sacrifice my happiness for that person. And that doesn't mean that I don't care about them. No, I cannot care about you anymore if I'm not here and I don't take care of myself.
Yeah.
Who am I going to help if I can't help myself? Right? And by no means, then I'm giving the shitty advice and I'm just making it worse for you. Right. You know what I mean? So number 1, you got to center yourself. And if you're not fit sometimes, don't be afraid to tell somebody, hey, you know what? I'm not doing well either, but I'll listen. I'll listen. I don't have any advice to give, but if you need a listening post, I'll definitely listen. And then you can ask them for the same. Now, once I listen to you, can you listen to mine?
Yeah.
And if they say, well, I don't really have to, why are you wasting your time on them?
Yep, exactly.
What's wrong with both of y'all venting and never having to give advice? Or to tell somebody how you would do something. Let somebody tell the story what they're going through and shut the fuck up and just end it from there. Go, I got you, man. If you need anything else or you want to talk more or you want anything, let me know. And let that person decide if they want your advice or not. Just because somebody reaches out to talk to you about what's going on in their life does not mean they're seeking for you to fix it or they're seeking for your advice how to make it better. Sometimes they need that ear and to get it off of their chest, Like, that's the thing. Sometimes that fixes things by itself is to go, you know what? I just had to get this out in the open. Now I've got it off my fucking chest. Cool. Let's move on. And we don't need to give, like, that's the thing. And we don't think, oh, I'm not opinionated. Be honest with yourself, because I still have that. Again, I have to check myself before I wreck myself a lot of times.
Every person is opinionated. No. If you have a brain, you're opinionated because you have opinions. So therefore, you want to give your 10 cents on whatever, especially if it's a really good friend and all that stuff, or it's a family member that you really actually care about, and they're going through the situation and all that stuff. And you want to give that advice to them and all that stuff. And sometimes that's not the best thing. Sometimes, they just need to vent and just, have that ear, like you said, and just let it out. And you just need to sit there and shut the fuck up and just listen. Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't always deserve an answer.
Nope.
Because you ain't a fucking psychiatrist either. Like, just like you know what I mean? The person that's talking is doing the same thing you're doing, and they could be the strongest person you know.
Yeah.
The strongest person I know has the weakest moments I know sometimes too. And they deserve the same.
Yep.
They deserve the same energy. They deserve the same time. They deserve the same respect as the person you think is the weakest. Both people deserve the exact same. You can't say, oh, they're strong. They got it by themselves. They don't need nobody. Look, they're out there doing all this. They're doing they deserve the same time that you would give somebody else.
Especially if they're not reaching out to anyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Those are the
Check up-
scariest people. The ones
Check
who
up on
don't,
'em.
yeah, the ones who don't reach out, the ones who don't want to say anything.
Yep.
You know,
I wanted to touch on this comment really quick. I appreciate the bad days because they are the greats to look back on. Yeah, if you don't, the bad days, going through your bad days will harden you and prepare you for the other bad days, and also give you the tools to work through stuff and get you past certain situations and all that stuff. Because, I mean, without the bad days and without the hardship and all that stuff, I mean, how are you going to forge yourself into, into something harder,
yeah,
be able to overcome these, because you don't know what's tomorrow's going to bring and all that stuff, What if you have a traumatic situation tomorrow and you had one in the past, you know how to deal with it and all that stuff because of that hardship.
Yeah.
I firmly believe is, get out in the world and face those fears and face those hardships and all that stuff and live life and and fuck up and all that stuff, and there's really no fucking up and there's really no failures. All failures is teaching you to do it better.
Yeah.
Or giving you the tools to do that better in the future and all that stuff. So in reality there is no bad days,
Yeah.
Like
Or you could
said,
go through that same situation again and still not know how to handle it, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that doesn't make you weak. And that's what you were saying, the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean that person may still not need to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I stub my fucking pinky toe 100 times doesn't mean it still don't fucking hurt when I do it. You know what I mean?
Well put.
It doesn't make it any fucking better, man. And sometimes life still sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you need to talk about things.
Yep.
And sometimes you need to vent. And if it's somebody you can't trust in, well, sometimes silence is golden, I just because somebody did you wrong, sometimes just cutting them out is better than trying to explain to them what they did to you wrong or what they've done, because they're not going to see it.
Yeah.
If I started off, and I'm going to give an example because there's not a problem. Hey, Flames, this is what happened, man. You hurt me. Well, yeah. Cool. We don't need to talk about this anymore, because obviously I'm not going to argue my point enough with you to understand what you've done. And if I already have, and I'm honest with myself and I have those boundaries set, I know you've crossed that line. Cool. I don't owe you an explanation then. I don't owe you anything. Hey, do you want to talk? Hey, yeah, Flame says, hey, you want to talk? No, I'm good right now. Well, is something wrong, bro? What's up, dude? I don't owe you an explanation for that. I've already tried to talk to you 10 times 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Don't come to me now because you're feeling lonely and go, oh, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Too fucking late, buddy.
Yep.
And then we go, oh, well, this person, now my friend, so-and-so, Joe Blow, Flame, now Squirrel's ghosted me and he won't talk to me. That's what Flame says. Yeah, he's just because I don't do this, right? Whatever goes on in his head for that reasoning behind that for him, right? But I don't cool. You still don't see it, and that's the problem,
Yeah.
And so that's where we have to say, you know what? I love you, man. I wish you the best. I still care about you, but I got to cut this short because it's not reciprocated. You're not willing to put in the same things I am to receive the blessings that come from putting in the work. Yeah. You just want those things. I think you froze up. No, there you go. Maybe you didn't freeze up on the live. You're kind of joggy.
Your camera has been going in and out.
Has it? Maybe it's just the internet. I don't know. Either way, you guys seeing, is it laggy on that side? Either way, it's okay.
Yeah. I can still hear you, so.
Yeah, so we should be good. Maybe it's just the software, but either way, doesn't matter. Maybe it's the aliens. Haha, I got to say aliens one time during this podcast now. Maybe it's the aliens coming down.
Yep, they're going to get us.
But that's all very important, So, and that's the thing too, is improving all of these things, your mental health, because we'll just roll it all into one. It all goes into mental health. Okay. Everything we've talked about so far, it all rolls into mental health. It's not one big fix.
Yeah.
It's habits that you have to be done consistently.
Yep.
Doing consistent things, consistently working on yourself, consistently, like I said, asking yourself those questions. of things. You know, so we have to be very careful of those things like that, man, or else it's no good for us, man.
Yeah, 100%. And you're also you're important. Don't let anyone. Every single person on this earth is important. You know, don't let anyone try to persuade that, or you think different or anything like that. Just because you're not doing something monumental that you see someone else doing doesn't make you any less important than them. You are just as important. Like Scroll said in the past, well, what's the odds of being born in this world? It's like astronomically. You get a chance to actually, have a soul and live on this earth and all that stuff. It's like, so if you can't find a solace, just find solace in that you were conceived, you were given life to live on this planet. So there's a reason that you're here.
Right. I mean, and if you got more, and I'm not saying this because I'm done, but I wanted this episode when I brought this, and I'm not saying I usually don't even talk about you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But I wanted this to be to the point, right? And not ramble on, because so many times, not about mental health. If we have more to talk about that you want to bring up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of my stuff that I had as core subjects that a lot of times is viewed as taboo, right? I wanted to talk about those. But I don't want to downplay the subject by rambling now. You get what I'm talking about? By wasting time, by now wanting to talk about fucking other things than viewer. I don't want to talk about fucking this new vape I got. I don't give a shit about these fucking headphones. I don't give a shit about any of this stuff. I wanted it to be about a mental health check-in, and I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Excuse my language, y'all. But I don't care. I didn't care about the viewers on this one, and I care about you guys that are here. That's not what I mean. I didn't do this episode for a view count. I did this for me. I did this for us, Flames, me, because we all need, even if it's on a podcast, to do a mental health check-in time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we need to let shit out. And it's not always airing things. Sometimes it's talking about these things and it clicking in your mind. I need to do that again.
Yeah.
I need to do those things. So I'm not trying to make it the fastest episode ever. I'm not trying to cut out, but I don't have, me personally, I'm willing to talk about more. I'm not done is what I'm trying to say. But I feel like that we've touched on plenty, and I don't want to water this down with a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but it's up to you, man. That's all on to you.
Yeah.
Or anybody in chat got something they want to add in to talk
what I was
about.
To touch on. Like Negley, him coming in here, he can be like, being like, oh, I need to talk about this to my family or one of my friends, or or he, it woke his eyes up to a friend that's going through a situation that he really didn't see, and it burned some kind of light on that. It could help someone else out too, just by talking about it, whatever avenue that is of mental health and all that stuff. If they're watching this podcast right now, whether it's now or a year or whatever, it's down the road and all that stuff, and they're like, oh, these guys are putting themselves out there. These guys are talking about their shit and what they're dealing with and how they use their tools to deal with it and all that stuff. I can do that too. I can be just as strong as they are, because they are voicing what they did and all that stuff and how they got through it and everything. It's like, maybe I can implement some of that stuff and try it out, and maybe tweak it a little bit to cater towards my personality and all that stuff, and help me out, and vice versa with my friends and family and all that stuff, and just spread the word and everything too.
Yeah, and don't forget, you guys, I mean, at the end too, if you guys have ways that y'all haven't talked about in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
Ways that, if you guys are watching this after it's been aired, right, and there's a comment section there, okay? If you guys want to, and you want to talk about ways that you deal with things, right? Not we could talk about problems, but I wouldn't put that on YouTube in comments, okay? But if you talk about ways that you help yourself with mental health, right? Feel free to drop in any comments, any suggestions to people, anything, because any small idea can always be a big one for the next person. Things may be small to you, but it's a huge thing to the person that it helps, So,
and it's just not just talking either and all that stuff. It can, whether you find a happy balance with gaming or a happy balance with, you know, I hate to keep on going back to my mountain bike, but that's helped me out. I'm sure the squirrel's probably seen it with my personality and all that stuff. You know, that's helped my my mental out so fucking much and a lot, and getting out of my head and all that stuff, and getting exercise, and I feel probably as healthy as I've ever been in my life right now, and happiness and clear minded and all that stuff, and it's you know, you got to find those outlets, you know. Whether it's through your friends, through a hobby, through exercising, or whatever it is. It can be anything in this world and life and all that stuff, but you got to have those outlets. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the, just looking at the comment, you know, from Iron. I've been listening since the Wally robots from Jurassic Park were on. W podcast, always here if you need to talk. I've heard a lot of venting, but sometimes that's what's needed. And it sure is. And if you're not doing that, with your platforms, or other people aren't doing that sometimes, and that's why it's a podcast platform. That's why it was put out as a mental health thing. I made that comment when it first started. This was for me. And if you got something out of it, great. But that's what the podcast, that's what these things are for. And if anybody else, if the shoe doesn't fit and you got a perfect and you're doing good, then let it all fly. Then I was just venting. But some of this has to do with other people that are going, you know, not just for me. I haven't streamed or been part of a streaming community in months, besides talking to Tacos, you know, to them. So maybe I'm venting on maybe it's venting on old stuff, but maybe some of it hits people in the head and they want to not have it hit them in the head. So with that one, what I'll say, the final thing I'll say before we get out of here, you know, is if you don't protect your peace, something else will take it.
Yep.
You know, so protect your peace, because something else will take it. But other than that, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to wrap it up on.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, appreciate all y'all comments and all that stuff, and y'all coming by and everything, and we'll catch y'all on the next episode, guys. Peace out.
See ya.
And that's a wrap on another episode of the Keeping Gaming Weird podcast. A massive thank you to all of you for plugging in and spending your time with us. We had a blast, and we hope you did too. If you enjoyed the ride, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out when a new episode drops. It's the best way to support the show and keep the weirdness coming.